Okay, so if you're making $40,000, then your skills and your knowledge are probably at that level. They're at a $40,000 level. The more you increase your skills, the more you increase your knowledge, the higher your income level. Assalamu alaikum guys, el-asmar here, and in this video I'm going to give you a behind the scenes view into one of our client business launch coaching calls. Now, client business launch is a program we have here at Ummahpreneur which helps entrepreneurs start and grow service-based online businesses. So whether you're a coach, a consultant, or a service provider, this program really helps you take your business and package it, charge high prices, and really grow it to become a profitable full-time gig. Now, this coaching call is one that we hold every week with our students to help them in regards to issues or maybe struggles they're facing in their business. And so I want to give you a behind-the-scenes look into one of these coaching calls that I think will be extremely valuable. And if it's your first time watching a video on this channel, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell because we release videos like this every Tuesday and Thursday that will benefit you in your entrepreneurial journey. So enjoy, and I'll see you on the inside. Now, do you all have any questions about this process? Anything that you're curious about that you want to ask me? Before we cover the last topic that I wanted to, we're going a bit longer on this live, and I really do apologize. For those of you that are tight on time, I'm really sorry. You can rewatch the recording if you need to leave. But there's one last thing that I want to cover for you guys, and it's actually really what I want to talk about on this live, and it's the trifecta of success. Okay, and it's something that I've been thinking about. I'm probably going to record something for this, inshallah, very soon. But I want to talk about it, the trifecta of success. So, do you have any questions before we get to this? I think I saw the group, but I didn't join. I'm loyal. Inshallah, you get success. Awesome. Alhamdulillah. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Riz. Shaheen, thank you very much. Inshallah, like we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the success we're looking for. And again, all risk does come from him. We do our best and then we pray. We'll see how it goes, man. Honestly, if it doesn't work out, it's because there was something wrong with my intentions. There was something wrong with my execution, and I need to check myself, and I need to make sure that everything that I'm doing is for the right reasons and it's pure. So if it doesn't work out, it's my fault. So let me go ahead and talk to you about the trifecta of success. Okay, so the last topic, and then we're done for the day. I apologize for going too long again. For those of you that are tight on time, I am really sorry. But I hope that this gives you value. This kind of gives you the inspiration you need to go through your week to tackle your business, guys. This is why we do this. So the trifecta of success. So I've been working on this. I've been working on this game for a while now. I've been running. I started my client business in the end of 2018. The end of 2018. So almost 2 years ago, but I would say not quite. So towards the end of 2018 is when I really started my client business. I would say about August of 2018. And it was only up until February 2019 that I started making money. I started getting to like $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. And then when I started making money, it really quickly scaled up. Okay, so once you start getting clients, really, like, again, we talked about this in the program, but this is what success looks like in business, guys. It's you're not making much for a long time. You're not, wait, oh, my screen is blocking this. Okay, let me hide it. Okay, so you're not making much for a long time, and then you start making a little bit of money. You start making a little bit of money, and then all of a sudden, it exponentially grows. Okay, so this is what success actually looks like, and I cover this in the program, but I'm going to remind you of this again today. A lot of people believe that success is linear. Okay, the more work I put in, the more income I'm going to make, and that's not true. Success works off of compounding. It's a compound effect. So the more work you put in here, eventually it will all compound and snowball, and it will get like this. So I was making $0 here, $0 here, month 1, month 2, month 3, just $0 the whole time. And then I started making 1,000 here. And then I started making 2,000. And then I started making 3,000, 4,000. And within 5 months, I went from 1,000 to 20,000. Right? But in the first 5 months, I had 0 the whole time. Why did it go so fast? Because I started getting clients. They started referring me to more clients. I started getting results. I started posting about these results, and it just kind of all exploded from there. And it kept growing exponentially, guys. So this is what success actually looks like. So you're going to be working really hard for a number of months, and you're not going to see any results. But then all of a sudden, inshallah, and I pray for all of you this happens, you will reach a breaking point, a point where all of that effort that you've put in comes together and it gives you the result you're looking for. Okay. It's kind of like you see that graphic, and I'm sure all of you have seen it around. And it's kind of that graphic with the iceberg, right? Have you guys seen that kind of picture there? You have the iceberg, you have the water, and you have, this is what people think success looks like, and this is what success actually looks like. I'm sure all of you have seen this image. It's been on the internet for like years. And it's true. It's that you're going to be building this giant mountain, and for the longest time, nothing's going to show. But at the very end, you're going to have that little peak there that pops out, and you're going to be able to get results and make money. And this is why I keep stressing to all of you, start from now. Like, optimize your profile today. Post on your profile. Start posting consistently right now, because you're not going to get clients when you start posting, guys. Like, you're not going to start posting tomorrow and start getting clients. Like, this is a compounding effect. After posting and being on top of people's minds for like 2 months, 3 months, and they're constantly seeing that you're like posting about like your business and you're crushing it with your business and you're helping people, then and only then will they finally be convinced that, all right, this guy's legit and I'm into it. Because the thing is, people want to know that you're serious. Okay, people want to know that you're really in it for the long run, because the number of people that go into business and then give up and quit is much higher than the number of people that actually stick it through and build something valuable. Okay, so people want to know that you're serious about this. So when you first start posting about your business, they're going to like it, they're going to interact, but you're not going to get many clients. People want to see that you're serious, that you're consistent. After 2 months, after 3 months, after 4 months, people are now going to start really seeing you as an authority. They're going to see, all right, this person is serious. This person's crushing it. They've been working on this and they're not stopping. That's when you start to reach that breaking point, guys. So this is why it's so important to start from now. You're not going to post once or twice and see a result, guys. Like, you're going to have to post 3 times a week at the minimum, every single week for months on end, until you start to see a transformation in your business and in your life, guys. So only then and only then, if you're willing to do this, will you achieve the result. Now, there's something else that I want to talk about today that includes this. And I'm actually loving this Q&A call, because I feel like we're covering so much valuable stuff here. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Let me go ahead and talk about one last thing today, and it's the trifecta of success. Okay, the trifecta of success. What does it take to really master yourself and master your business? And I'll tell you right now, if you're at the starting stages, you might not like, I don't want to say you don't need this as badly, but I'm going to say if you're at the starting stages and you're just you need to be working on building out each one of these. Okay. Each one of these one at a time. But eventually, if you want to get to the point, like if you want to get to a point, guys, where you are truly transforming your life and achieving the goals that you want and getting to the level that you want to be, if you truly want to reach the highest potential that you can, to achieve your highest human potential in terms of performance, in terms of results, in terms of income, in terms of what you want to achieve, what you want to do with your life, then you need to follow this trifecta. And if any of these aspects of your life are lacking, if any of these aspects in you are lacking, then your I don't want to say your potential, but the level of performance that you can get to is not optimized as well. Okay, and what are these three aspects, these three I would say topics, these 3 sectors that you want to be focusing on? I'm sure you've heard this before. Okay, and it's only after years of working on my business and on myself that I truly understand the importance of this and what it takes to get to a level where you can get to your business where you want to be. Because the truth is, when the moment that you want to achieve something in your life, the moment that you want to get something in your life that you don't have, you need to change something inside of you. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to do something that you've never done before. You need to put yourself in a place where you're vulnerable and risk hurting your ego, because you risk failure. You risk not being acknowledged for something, not being praised for something. And it hurts. It's not easy. It's not easy. And even for me to this day, like, I'm reviving my free group and it's not fun, right? Because sometimes like I'll post something, people don't engage. I'm like, okay, that wasn't good. Let me delete that. Let me try something else. And it's not fun, because it's like you're kind of putting yourself out there and you're constantly doing this and you feel like you're kind of like a dancing monkey. And that's normal, but it's something that I need to do to grow my business. And so it makes me uncomfortable, but I got to do it. So I'm going to do it anyway. So most of the time when you're trying to do something, that's pretty much what it looks like, guys. You're going to be doing things that you don't feel comfortable doing. Like, no one got No one achieved anything by being in their comfort zone, by sitting on their couch and watching Netflix. Okay, so you're going to be doing things that make you uncomfortable. You're going to be doing things that put you outside of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to be transforming yourself as a person. Okay, and that transformation has to be in three different fields that you're going to be focusing on. Okay, the first one is the mind. Okay, the first thing that I want to talk about is your mind. Okay, and that is knowledge. Okay, so what you're constantly feeding your brain, what you're constantly feeding your mind. Okay, so if you think of on a day-to-day basis, when you go through your day, when you're going through your life, what kind of information is constantly going inside of your brain? Is it things that don't matter? Is it things that, aren't important? Things like Netflix TV shows and radio and music. Now, I'm not saying you don't do any of these things forever. I mean, I'll lie back and I'll watch an episode. Okay, but what does most of your time include? It should be nurturing your mind. And I would say this is, if you're starting a business, this is what you need to be focusing on right now. Your mind. And what that means is that you need to be an awesome student. Like, you need to be an open book. You need to be kind of like a vacuum of knowledge, and you need to want to absorb everything that can help you get to that next level in your business, get to that next level in what you're trying to accomplish. You need to kind of break down all these barriers of your preconceived notions, whatever you think is true, whatever you think is real in your business. So for example, if I think like, okay, that's what I need to do to grow my business, and I learn from someone else that's already done it, that it's a different way, I need to be open to taking that into consideration, and I need to be open to applying that to my business. So you need to be kind of like you need to have the kind of like that childlike curiosity. I remember posting a few weeks ago about that. You need to have a childlike wonder and curiosity towards the world. You need to constantly be hungry for more knowledge, and constantly be hungry to learn more about how the world works and how it operates, and how to best live a great life in this world according to that knowledge. And honestly, there is no shortage of knowledge in the world that we live in today. I mean, there hasn't been a species of human beings, or I say a generation, there hasn't been a generation of human beings that has had as much ease of access to knowledge as we do today. Okay, and if knowledge was kind of like, if knowledge was the only thing that you needed to make a difference in your life, then everyone would have kind of six-pack abs and be a billionaire, right? But it's not the only thing. Once you acquire that knowledge, you need to apply it as well. So remember that. Remember that not only do you want to be a great student, but you want to be a great action taker. And so you need to work on your mind. So all of you right now, you have different things that you're working on in your business. Okay, some of you are mindset coaches. Alicia has a marketing, she's working on a marketing agency. Shaheen, you're working on a totally different coaching business model, and you're doing it in person. You're doing events. Aisha, you're doing counseling. AJ, you're doing counseling. Aisha, you're doing nutrition and diet and IBS and all that other stuff. Each one of you specializes in something. I'm not an IBS expert. I am not a counseling expert. I am not a mindset coach, right? I can't show you how to do your job. I can only show you how to create a business and get you to get clients and make money. But how do you do your job? How do you actually go out there and be the best mindset coach that you can be? How do you go out there and be the best counselor that you can be? You need to learn how to do that. And you need to constantly be chasing, how can I become better at this? How can I learn more so I can really become an expert at this? How can I master this topic, master this field, and become the best that I can be? And even in business, guys, like, I learn every single day. Like, I'm constantly learning. And there's always more that I'm learning about business, guys. And I can't cover everything in the world inside of a program. Like, I really can't. I wish I could. I wish I could give all of you everything you needed to know, but I'll be honest, and I can't. I just can't. I can give you the foundation, but you need to build on that foundation, guys. So just remember that. Here's an example of how you can do this, okay? So let's see, just comments here. So Riz says, I've started listening to books, videos on topics relevant to my field on a daily basis. That's awesome. Aisha says, I'm willing to crush my ego, guys. I'm at that point, alhamdulillah. I mean, all of us, we need to do this, right? So how I do this yesterday on Sundays is kind of like my cleaning the house day, okay? So what I do is I popped in headphones in my ears, and I'll listen to either podcasts or I'll listen to an audiobook that relates to my business. So that means that when I'm cleaning the house, when I'm vacuuming the house, I'm actually increasing in knowledge. I'm increasing in wisdom. So it's two peas in a pod. Like, it's awesome. There's so many different opportunities for us to increase in knowledge in with like what we have available to us in this day and age. You can be driving and you can be listening to a podcast or listening to an audiobook instead of listening to music. You can be reading a book before bed instead of watching TV. You can be doing an online course in your free time, on your breaks, whatever it is that helps you with a specific topic in your business. So your mind, you need to nurture that 100%. That's the first step if you want to be a successful entrepreneur. The second step, okay, and once you've kind of like locked that down, so you've built the right habits here to start nurturing your mind, and you need to do this one at a time, because if you try to do all of these, I love podcasts as well. It's like such a fun way to educate yourself, because again, you can do it while driving, you can do it while cleaning, while cooking. Like, I'll never just clean or cook the house. Like, I'll cook the house. You can't really cook a house. You know what I mean? I'll never clean the house or just cook something. Like, I'll always have something playing in the background, and it's interesting because it makes it more fun. Like, it makes cooking more fun. It makes cleaning more fun. It makes driving more fun. It makes everything more fun, right? So it's just a great way to kind of add an extra layer, an interesting layer to what you do on a day-to-day basis, while also increasing your knowledge and benefiting yourself and your business. Now, once you lock that in, the second thing that you guys need to do, guys, and this is in no particular order for these two, okay? But you need to focus on your body. And this is something that not a lot of entrepreneurs talk about, okay? And it's something that is extremely important. And if you think that you can achieve excellence in your business, if you think that you can be the best business person that you can be without focusing on your health and your body and your energy levels throughout the day, then you're fooling yourself, okay? So this is why I'm talking this is a trifecta, because you're going to need these three things, and I'll talk about the third in a second, to really be able to, I would say, become a full stack entrepreneur, to become an entrepreneur that can really achieve the goals that you set for yourself, get to that income level that you want. Because I'm going to say right now that your income level is directly correlated to who you are at the very moment. Okay, so if you're making $40,000, then your skills and your knowledge are probably at that level. They're at a $40,000 level. The more you increase your skills, the more you increase your knowledge, the higher your income level. Okay, so why does a CEO get paid $200,000? He has a higher level of skills. He has a higher level of knowledge. Okay, why does someone get paid $1 million? Well, they have a higher level of skill and a higher level of knowledge, and they've been able to apply that knowledge in a specific way. So what you make is directly related to who you are. It's very simple. You want to increase your income level, you need to become a better person. You need to increase this. You need to increase your level of mastery inside of this trifecta, which is your mind, and number two, your body. So when I'm talking about your body, if you wake up and you're eating garbage food, okay, and you're eating sugar all day, and you're kind of eating things that don't have any vitamins, don't have any protein, and you're overeating, and you're feeling sluggish, and you're feeling tired, and you sleep for 8 hours, and you wake up and you still feel like cloggy and dizzy, do you think that you're going to be able to accomplish anything significant in your day? Do you think that you'll be able to perform at a significant level? Of course not. So one key thing to be able to perform at an optimal level is your body, guys. And the truth is, I always say this: if you get your car checked more often than you get your actual body checked, then you need to reprioritize your life, okay? Because first thing you need to do is you need to go and get your general checkups, where you make sure you check your blood levels, your vitamins. Are you deficient in any vitamins? Are you deficient in any nutrients? And you want to focus on that. Step number two is you want to make sure that you're always including exercise as part of your daily or weekly routine. Now, you don't need to exercise every single day. It's a bit excessive, but what I do is I exercise 4 times a week. Okay. For those people who feel like I can't stick to an exercise schedule, I'll say something that's a bit controversial and it might bother some of you. And it's that you can always find the time if you make the time. Okay. So not once have I ever met a person that says, I don't have the time to do something, and they actually didn't have the time. What it really means is they're saying, this is not a priority in my life, and so I don't make the time for it. That's what they're actually saying. Okay. So if you find yourself saying, I don't have the time to exercise, the truth is that you're not making the time to exercise. That's it. Okay. And I'm sorry to be harsh, but that's how it is. So if you feel like you can't exercise, the truth is it's not a priority. You need to make it a priority. Okay. So it doesn't have to be something hardcore like going to the gym and beating yourself up and lifting like 300 pounds. It can be something as simple as, you know what, my exercise is I'm going to wake up and I'm going to take a 30-minute walk every day, or I'm going to just take a light jog for 15 minutes. And I swear to you, do that for a single week. And preferably, I always recommend doing it in the mornings, because that's when you start up, and that's when your body's ready and like you want to pump up your energy. I promise you, do that for a week where you wake up in the morning and instead of just waking up and starting your day sitting on your computer right away, try going for a walk and just take some deep breaths and smell the fresh air for 15 minutes and come back in and see how much of a difference that's going to make in your life and your awareness and in your attention when it comes to work on your business and in your energy level as well. Okay, if you're a bit more committed, more ready, then I definitely recommend finding a gym membership. I definitely recommend finding a way to just go out and have a jog, right? Instead of walking, maybe jog a little bit faster and get that blood level, get your heartbeats pounding a little faster. And I promise you, I mean, for me, the days where I don't work out, I feel it. It's like I'm at a point where I feel like I know, oh my God, like today I didn't work out. I just woke up and started work. So what happens is I'm out of it. Like I'm not as sharp as I need to be. I feel like sluggish. I feel slow. But when you wake up and even just something simple as going out and taking a walk and just breathing that fresh air and getting your body moving. If you want to move, the first thing in the day that you want to do is you want to be moving. The first thing that you do, if you move, you have the energy level high, you're good. Okay. So, and again, so exercise, guys, nutrition, diets, you guys need to be working on all that. And you don't need to diet. I don't diet. I just watch what I eat. Okay. So I try not to eat too much sugar. Again, I love chocolate. So I'll have like maybe one sugary thing a day. I'll allow myself to have like one dessert. Okay. So it could be like a chocolate bar. It could be like a piece of cake, whatever it is. I'll do one a day, but that's where I'll stop. Okay. You got to see what works for you, what works for your body. But just really try to eliminate sugars as much as possible, fats. Try not to eat meat every day. The Prophet ﷺ recommends eating meat very scarcely, and for good reason. Meat is very hard to digest. It takes a lot of your energy out, so we all know that feeling when we go to like, an uncle's house or like your mom's house or a friend's house, and then you eat and then you just feel like you want to sleep on the couch for an hour, right? That's because your body is taking all of that blood out of your brain and your limbs, and it's focusing that blood and that energy onto your stomach to digest. And so you're completely exhausted and you can't do work. So imagine if you're overeating at lunchtime and then you go back on your computer and you're trying to work. Like there's nothing that you're going to be doing that's going to make any significant change in your life. Okay. So mind and body, guys. I'm not going to spend 3 hours talking about this. So we'll get to the next one. You get the idea, inshallah. Let's look at the comments before I continue. Wireless headphones so I can clean. Yeah, Beats are awesome. I love that. Kitchen exercise is what I do in the winter. Ketogenic diet works for me and my body. No sugar, no refined carbs, healthy fats. Awesome. I haven't tried keto myself. I personally I go to the gym. I try to like build mass. So I don't know. I found I like just kind of being a bit more flexible in terms of my diet, and that's what works for me. But every person has it. You guys have different body types. You have different nutrient deficiencies, different vitamin deficiencies. So you need to find out what works for you, what you're missing, and you need to go ahead and take it. We don't have any men in this group right now, but if I had males, I would be like, one thing that you need to do is you need to get your testosterone checked and make sure that if your T levels are low, make sure to take a testosterone supplement, because that actually makes a huge difference for men when it comes to performance and awareness. Okay, so we'll put that on pause for now because we can talk about this for hours in terms of body, but you get the idea, guys. So in your life, in your weekly routine, are you nurturing your mind? Okay, that's the first thing, guys. If you're not doing that, go ahead and do that. Number two, once you lock that down and you become consistent, are you nurturing your body? Are you taking care of your body? When you wake up in the morning, do you have energy? Do you feel aware? Are you taking care of what you eat? Are you watching what you eat? Number three, last but not least, your spirit. Okay. And this is the only reason I can talk about this is because we're all Muslims here. And this is why I created a program for Muslims, because I want to be able to like talk about everything I want to talk about. So as a Muslim entrepreneur, you need to nurture your spirit as well. Okay. And this is again, I'm mentioning this last, but it's not least. It should come with everything. Okay. So this is the trifecta, the mind, body, and spirit connection. In terms of spirit, you need to make sure that you are taking the time to be at peace with yourself and to be in a state where you are connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to do this. Okay, it's not my place. I'm not an imam. I'm not a sheikh. I'm not going to pretend like I am. Each one of you have your own ways to do this. And again, refer to your own imams that you follow. I will not try to give you religious advice. All I wanted to tell you is that in terms of spirit, to be able to achieve, again, to be able to operate on an optimal level as an entrepreneur, if any of these things are lacking, I promise you, you will not be performing at the level that you want to be, and you will not be happy. I'll be completely honest right now, and I'll reveal something, is that when I first started my business, I was really focusing on these two, mind and body. Like that was where all of my attention was going. Okay. And I was constantly reading, and I was constantly like, listening to podcasts and books, and I was going to the gym, and I was pumped, and I was really going hard at it. And I found myself, making money and increasing my income level. But I found myself super anxious. Like I would wake up and I would have like insane levels of anxiety, and I would feel super down, and I would feel like emotionally drained, and I would feel terrible inside, like straight up. I would just like feel emotionally like I did not feel good. I felt terrible. I felt anxious. I always, didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel at peace. And personally, I've always, well, I wouldn't say always, but I would say like after close to high school or after high school, I started struggling with anxiety, and it's something that I've worked on for a long time. And the only thing that's really provided a solution for me is to be connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only thing that has really helped me in terms of my anxiety is to nurture the spirit aspect of my life. Okay, so to nurture the spirit aspect of that connection with God, and to be at peace within yourself. So not only in terms of, a lot of times, and again, we don't talk about this too much in terms of religion, and I'm so sorry for taking so long and so much of your time. We're almost done here. But a lot of times religion is seen as actions. Okay, it's seen as you need, praying 5 times a day. It's seen as, you need to fast once in a while. You need to do this, you need to do that. But we need to understand that there's a purpose behind these actions. And if you're not reaching that purpose, I wouldn't say you're wasting your time, but you're kind of missing the point. Okay, so the point of prayer is not prayer. The purpose of prayer is not prayer. If you go into prayer and your purpose is to pray, if I go into praying dhuhr, and my purpose right now is to pray dhuhr, is to make sure that I check that mark, to check that box, so that, like I go on the day of judgment and I've prayed that prayer, I'm going to get the reward for having accomplished my obligation. I will. I'll be like, yeah, check mark. You've accomplished the obligation. That's good. But did that move you spiritually? Did that increase you in spirituality? Did that increase you in connection with God? No, not if you're praying just to pray. Not if you're praying just to be able to say, I've completed dhuhr, it's not qada anymore, I'm good. So there's a reason why we pray. There's a reason why we fast. And honestly, I don't know why that's not talked about enough. At least in my experience, it's not talked about enough. We're always driven to, pray and take all these actions in Islam, but the spiritual aspect of Islam is never discussed enough. And I don't know why. I personally think there's a lot of different factors, and that I won't go into now because I might cause some controversy, and I don't want to do that. But the spiritual aspect of Islam is what Islam is about. Okay, Islam isn't about praying to pray. You're praying because you're trying to establish a connection with God. You're praying because you're trying to find that sakina, that peace that comes with being able to stand in front of your Lord and speak to him, and take a few minutes out of your day to remember this is what's important. And at the end of the day, this is why I'm here. Okay, I'm here to fulfill that purpose. And so if you're praying, if you're fasting, remember that you're trying to nurture your spirituality, guys. Like, I'm not telling you right now to pray. If you feel like you're praying 5 times a day, and I'm talking to myself first and foremost before I tell you guys this, but if you feel like you're praying 5 times a day and you're not really connected, I would say before you try to like add more onto that and try to wake up for tahajjud and try to fast through, the white days of the month or etc., you need to focus on getting that connection in your first 5 daily prayers. Like, you need to first check that box, okay? Because the purpose is spirituality, and people, again, outside of the Muslim sphere, like, people resort to meditation, they resort to different aspects, and they do work, and you can incorporate them into your routine, and you can just in your tasbih, when you're doing your tasbih, you want to meditate on the meaning of the words, right? You want to meditate on their meaning, and you want to get that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to really go into your heart and actually make a difference, right? Like it's not just words that you're saying on your tongue, but you're meditating on the meaning of it. And you're really taking your time to kind of relax and take all that burden off your shoulders. So we can talk about each one of these for an hour. I don't want to bore you with the details, but what I'm trying to tell you here is that to achieve success, this is how to do it here. You need to follow this trifecta here. You need to get to a level where you are optimized in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. And the truth is that you'll never be at 100%, because as human beings, we will always have more work to do, and there will always be more room for progress. But these three aspects of your life need to constantly be worked on and need to be constantly be improved. And I promise you that if you focus on these three, that you don't even need to worry about your income level, because it will automatically go up for you. Like you don't need to actually worry about, how much money am I going to make next month? Am I going to get more money in my business? Because you will naturally be taking the steps that you need to get there. Okay. If you're nurturing your mind, you're increasing your knowledge, you're nurturing your body, you're nurturing your spirit, you're going to tackle the day with the energy that you need to be like, yes, I want to get after it. I want to do the work. I want to go out there. I want to grow this business. And that you're learning more strategies, and you're learning more methods, and you're learning more techniques, and you're getting there automatically. This is kind of like a default consequence. I swear, like a default consequence of working on these three things is success. Like it's just a default result. Okay. It's kind of like if I put a tea bag in water, that water becomes tea. It happens. It's a 1 + 1 = 2 equation. Okay. That's kind of how it works with this, guys. You work on these three things, you get these three things down, you implement a routine that includes working on your body, that includes working on nurturing your mind, that includes nurturing your spirit. And I promise you, by default, you will see your life transform and get to the place where you want it to be, inshallah. So we'll end the live here. I think we've taken long enough. I've taken long enough of your days. This went for way longer than I expected. And there was a lot that we wanted to cover. So my homework for you, and I want to end with this, my homework for you is, if you haven't created your weekly routine yet, and you should have one if you already did, then make sure that it includes all three. Okay. And that includes prayer times, that includes exercise, that includes listening to podcasts, reading. You don't need to factor in, you don't need to schedule in time for audiobooks, but just keep it, become the type of person that when you're driving, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, you're listening to podcasts, you're listening to audiobooks, you're increasing knowledge. Be the type of person that if you're just starting off in your business, I had a time slot every evening for courses. Okay. And I invested a lot in courses, guys, before I actually started making any money. So it's definitely worthwhile for you to spend a bit of money, extra money on some courses, some books that you feel are going to benefit you and that are going to grow you. Okay. Because I'm not trying to pretend like this is your end all be all for growing a business. It's not. It's just a program. It gives you the foundation. You're going to need to put in more work to increase your knowledge and to get to where you want to be in your business. Okay, guys, I can't teach you everything in the world in this program. So I'm just hoping to give you something that's going to benefit you. You need to continue taking those steps and getting to where you want to be, inshallah. All right, guys, that was it for this coaching call preview. I hope you enjoyed it and got a ton of value. If you want to learn more about the Client Business Launch Program and how it can help you start your own online business, then I'll drop a link to it in the description below this video. And as always, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I release videos like this every week to help you in your entrepreneurial journey. I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.